20 years after its own outbreak, an Ugandan town beats back Ebola.
That's the headline from Bundibugyo, a small town near the Lamia River in western Uganda, where the Bundibugyo Ebola virus first made itself known to science back in 2007. Now, nearly 2 decades later, that same viral species has resurfaced, not in Uganda, but across the border in eastern Congo, and the ripple effects have brought daily life on this busy frontier to a standstill. In May, just days after the World Health Organization declared a new outbreak in eastern Congo, Uganda moved swiftly to close its entire border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, a frontier stretching more than 500 miles. The most visible symbol of that closure is the bridge over the Lamia River. Until recently, that bridge bustled from dawn to dusk. Ugandan farmers crossed to tend fields in Congo, where land is cheaper. Every morning, Congolese children in bright uniforms walked the other way to attend village schools in Uganda. But on a recent afternoon, the only sign of life on the Ugandan side was a single soldier seated on a plastic chair. On the Congolese bank, a group of women washed clothes in the river and spread them on rocks to dry. Mugaza Philip, a Ugandan intelligence official who monitors the crossing from a small hut, put it plainly: people used to cross into Congo to get cassava and bananas and carry them on their backs. But since the closure, nobody has come across. The outbreak caught health authorities off guard precisely because the Bundibugyo species is so rare. Initial laboratory tests screened for the more common Ebola variants and came back negative. It was only later that sequencing confirmed the culprit, the very virus that takes its name from this town. The World Health Organization now says the outbreak has killed more than 1,000 people and infected at least 2,400 in Congo, but cautions that the true toll may be 2 to 4 times higher. For the health workers who lived through the 2007 emergence, the news reopens old wounds. Ezekiel Kisugu, a nurse at Bundibugyo's hospital, was infected in October of that year while caring for the head of the local Red Cross, who had been brought in desperately ill. People thought it might be poison, Kisugu recalls. We called it the /unknown disease / none of the nurses had protective gear. There was no information. The patients died, and then one by one the nurses started to fall sick and perish. Kisugu himself survived, but the memory of those weeks, when a nameless fever claimed colleagues and neighbors, remains vivid. Today, the rope across the Lamia Bridge is a stark reminder that in this part of the world, a virus discovered 20 years ago can still redraw the map of daily life in a matter of days.
Thanks for listening.